So dear students, welcomes you. So today in the subject network analysis and synthesis, we will just discuss a very important theorem which is called as maximum power transfer theorem. Okay. So in the first year you have studied this same theorem, that is maximum power transfer theorem, but that theorem was only for the DC network. In this lecture we will discuss the maximum power transfer theorem for AC network. AC network means those networks having the value of some impedances, and impedance is nothing but it is the complex combination of the real value, that is resistance, and imaginary value reactance. So let's see with maximum power transfer theorem. Suppose we are considering here this is a network having the equivalent impedance or internal impedance of the network. Suppose this is ZTH. This is a source of voltage. Suppose this is plus minus VTH, this is plus minus VTH, and these are the load terminals which is called as A and B, and suppose this is the load impedance. This is load impedance, this is Z. The impedance through which we have to calculate the current response, that is called as the load impedance. Now since ZTH and ZL both are the complex quantity, so ZTH we can write as ZTH is equal to RTH plus J of XTH. RTH is the real component and XTH is the imaginary component. This is called as the total internal impedance. Total internal impedance of the network. Total internal impedance. ZL is also a complex quantity having real part RL plus imaginary part XL, and this is called as the load impedance. This is called as load impedance, and load impedance is nothing, it is the impedance through which we have to calculate the current response. It may be connected anywhere in the circuit. So now we have to calculate the maximum power that this source can be transferred to load. So as per the statement of maximum power transfer theorem, if we see here that what is the statement of maximum power transfer theorem. So maximum power transfer theorem states that the maximum power can be transferred from this source to this load impedance only with some conditions. Okay, and these conditions will be different for different kinds of load connected here. If this load is the total impedance type load, this is RL plus JXL, the condition will be different. It may be here that the load may consist of only the real value, that is load resistance, and load reactance would be 0. So in that case the condition will be different. The same condition we can observe here, that we can only vary the RL and we can keep the reactance as constant, so condition will be different, but we are taking here the general condition. So as per the general condition we are varying this load impedance. Okay, means we are varying this load resistance as well as load reactance in the same proportion. Okay, so general statement, as per the general statement, if the total load impedance is varying, we can say that maximum power can be transferred from source to load when load impedance is complex conjugate of internal impedance. So we are taking here, this is the general case. Okay, so mathematically we can write, that is load impedance ZL should be equal to complex conjugate of internal impedance, that is ZTH. Or we can write here ZL is equal to, this is RTH plus J of XTH to the complex conjugate. So ZL is equal to, this is RTH minus J of XTH. So dear student, what is the physical interpretation, physical significance here that ZL is equal to RTH minus J XTH? The physical interpretation is that if the load impedance is the inductive circuit, load is inductive, because you can see here the reactance is positive, it denotes the inductive circuit. So according to statement, if the load is inductive, that the internal impedance should be capacitive, because reactance is negative. So this is the physical interpretation. Okay, now we have to prove it, and we have to determine what will be the maximum amount of power that can be transferred from this source to this load impedance. So we will calculate it. Okay, now if we have to prove it, so we can prove it. So to determine the value of power that is transferred from this source to load, first of all we have to calculate the current flowing through this circuit like that. So this is a current, suppose I. So we can write the current I is equal to, this is total voltage is VTH divided by total impedance offered to the source voltage is, that is ZTH plus ZL, or it will be VTH upon, this is RTH plus JXTH plus ZL is RL plus JXL. We can write it. Now as we know that the real power transfer from this source to load is a real value, it is not a vector or it is not a imaginary quantity. So if we have to calculate, because we know that the power is consumed only the real quantity that will be consumed in RL, not in the XL. Okay, so we have to calculate the only active component of power. So we will take the mode of this current. So power transfer P will be equal to mod of I square into R, because the active power is consumed only in real part. So from here we can calculate, this is the mod of I. We can take this real value, this is RTH with RL. Okay, so we can write, suppose let's keep increase one step, I is equal to VTH upon, the real component is RTH plus RL plus imaginary component is XTH plus XL. Okay, so from here we can calculate mod I. Mod I will be equal to VTH upon magnitude of this complex quantity. It will be under root of RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. This is the amount of mod I. So we can write here that the power transfer will be P is equal to what? It will be VTH square RL upon square of this quantity will be, this will be RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. This is the amount of power that we are transferring from this source to this load. Okay. Now, this is the general amount of power. We have to calculate the maximum amount of power. So, to calculate maximum amount of power, first of all we have to decide at which parameter of load the power is depending. So, we have considered the general case, that is Z is equal to RL and XL. It is a combination of RL and XL, and we are varying both of the parameter. So, we will differentiate this power with respect to XL as well as with respect to RL. So, for maximum power transfer, partial derivative of power with respect to XL should be equal to 0. So differentiate it, del P upon del of XL will be equal to del upon del XL of power is what? It is VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. This is the, and it should be equal to 0. So dear students, you can take the screenshot to continue. Okay. Now here we can rub it. So differentiate this expression, we will get it is RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square and this square. Now we will take RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square as it is. Denominator we will take as it is, and the partial derivative of numerator with respect to XL, it will be 0 minus numerator as it is VTH square RL into partial derivative of this denominator with respect to XL. With respect to XL it will be 0 and it will be 2 XTH plus XL is equal to 0. Okay. So from here we will get VTH square RL into 2 XTH plus XL is equal to RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. This is condition. And this term is what? This term is 0. Actually this term is 0. So from here we will get VTH square RL into XTH plus XL is equal to 0. This will give us XTH plus XL is equal to 0 and the condition we will get XL is equal to minus XTH. So in the first case we are varying the power with respect to load reactance. So the condition for varying the load reactance should be XL is equal to XTH. Okay. Now the second parameter that we are varying, this is the load resistance. So the result we have to also open for load resistance R. Now what will be the power? When you have gotten once XL is equal to XTH, then what will be the power now? So from equation first, P is what? P is equal to VTH square. This is VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. This is the amount of power. Okay. So we will substitute this result here. XTH is equal to minus XL, yeah, XL is equal to minus XTH. So now power will be equal to P is equal to VTH square RL upon, this will be RTH plus RL to the whole square and this term will be 0 plus it will be 0. So now power we will get in terms of resistance, P is equal to VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square. This is equation number 2. Now here we can see here that power is a function of only load resistance. It is not load reactance. So for maximum power again, we can apply the partial derivative of power with respect to load resistance should be equal to 0. So this will give the result. It will be RTH plus RL to the 4 RTH plus RL to the whole square as it is. Numerator with respect to RL will be equal to VTH square minus VTH square into RL will remain same. We will differentiate RTH plus RL to the whole square. It will be 2 into RTH plus RL is equal to 0. So from here we will get the condition, this VTH square will cancel. So we will have the condition 2 into RL into RTH plus RL is equal to RTH plus RL to the whole square. From here it will be 2 RL RTH plus 2 RL square is equal to RTH square plus RL square plus 2 RL RTH. We will expand this whole square, then this term will be cancelled out. So we will get, this is RL is equal to RL square is equal to RTH square from this condition. So RL should be equal to RTH. So in the first condition we have derived that the load reactance, if the we are varying the load reactance, then this is varied up to the value where the value of this load reactance is equal to negative of internal reactance, and RL is varied up to a fixed value where this load resistance is equal to resistance of internal impedance. So ultimately we can write we have two conditions. First condition is RL is equal to RTH. Second condition is XL is equal to minus XT. So if we write down these two parameters in terms of impedance, so this will be real quantity RL plus this is imaginary quantity is equal to, this is RTH is real quantity minus J XTH is the imaginary quantity. What is this? This is Z is equal to, what is this? This is the complex conjugate of ZTH. So Z is equal to complex conjugate of ZTH. So this is the condition in case of general load we have considered, in which load impedance is varied. The real part as well as imaginary part both are varied. Okay. So this is the condition that we have proved. Now we will calculate the amount of maximum power transfer. See here how we can calculate the amount of maximum power transfer. So amount of maximum power transfer. See, so we have P is equal to what? This is VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. Apply these two conditions in this equation, you will get the result. So P max will be equal to what? It will be VTH square RL upon, we have RTH is equal to RL, so we will put, this will be 2RL to the whole square plus XTH is equal to minus XL, it will be 0. So P max will be equal to, this is VTH square RL upon 4RL square, and P max will remain same as that in case of DC, it will be VTH square upon 4RL. Why it is same? Because I already told you that the active power transfer from source to load is only dependent upon the load resistance, because it is the active power. So in this way we have derived the condition for maximum power transfer, also the amount of maximum power. Now as we have discussed at the starting of lecture, there may be the several cases, will depend upon the load impedance. So see here the first case. So we will try to solve the condition of first case. We will not write all the formulas. We will just apply the condition and we will get the result. Okay. So the case number first is here. Case number first. When load is purely resistive. When load is purely resistive. Okay. It means ZL is equal to RL plus JXL. Now XL is 0. So ZL is equal to only R. We are applying this condition. Okay. So our network will be like that. This is the VTH plus minus. This is the internal impedance. Internal impedance is same, that is ZTH. This is load terminal A and this is B, and we are connecting, this is load impedance, this is R. Now we are varying the RL. We are varying the RL. So now what will be the power? Here ZL is equal to 0. Now when ZL is equal to 0, the power transfer will be power transfer P is equal to, this is VTH square RL upon, now it will be RL plus ZTH. This is mod. We can write it again. Let determine the current. I is equal to what? It will be VTH upon the total impedance will be RL plus ZTH. So it will be VTH upon RTH plus JXTH plus RL. So I will be equal to, I is equal to VTH upon under root, this is mod, we can calculate RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH square. This is the mode of current, like that. So if we are calculating the mode, then we will calculate the mode of this complex quantity. So this plus this is the real quantity and this is imaginary quantity. So power transfer P will be equal to, P is equal to mod I square into RL. So it will be equal to VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH square. So this is the amount of power. Now we will apply the condition for maximum power transfer. For maximum power transfer, partial derivative of power with respect to RL should be equal to 0. And you can differentiate it easily. After differentiating, you will get a condition, that is RL should be equal to, but you can calculate del upon del RL of P is equal to, this is RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH square. Now RTH plus RL whole square plus XTH square will remain same. Partial derivative of VTH square RL, it will be equal to VTH square minus VTH square into RL. Again we will differentiate it with respect to RL, so it will be 2 into RTH plus RL is equal to 0. So here VTH square will be cancelled. It will be 2 RL RTH plus 2 RL square is equal to RTH square plus RL square plus 2 RTH RL plus XTH square. So from here this term will be cancelled out. Okay. Now it will be RL square is equal to RL. So this is RTH square plus XT square. So RL is equal to nothing but it is under root of RTH square plus XTH square. So RL is equal to, this is what? This is the magnitude of ZL. Sorry, ZTH. This is the magnitude of ZTH. So RL is equal to magnitude of ZTH. Simple. If the load is resistive, then in that case the load for maximum power transfer, this load resistance is varied up to where its magnitude is equal to magnitude of internal impedance. So RL is equal to magnitude of ZTH. Now the amount of Pmax will be same. Pmax will be equal to VTH square upon 4RL. It will remain same. Okay. So these are the two conditions. Now the third case is, case number second. Here the next case is case number second. So in case number second, dear students, now we are taking the same circuit, but we are taking as load is an impedance. This is JXL here. So again we are taking the load as impedance. ZL is equal to RL plus JXL. But the difference is here, in the general case we have considered that both the resistance and reactance are varying, but in particular case we are varying only the resistance. We are keeping as load reactance as constant. So here RL is varying and XL is constant. So the case number second is the load resistance is varied and load reactance is constant. ठीक है, RL को आप vary करा रहे हैं, you are varying the RL but you are keeping XL as constant. So now as we are varying only the resistance, so the power will vary with resistance, it will remain constant with respect to XL. The same amount of power we can write here. The general formula for power, P is equal to, this is VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. This is the general equation of power. So now this power is varying with respect to RL, not with respect to XL. So we will apply here del P upon del RL should be equal to 0 for maximum power transfer. So del upon del of RL of VTH square RL upon RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square. It should be equal to 0. So differentiate it. When we will differentiate it, it will be RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square to the whole square. Like now RTH plus RL to the whole square plus XTH plus XL to the whole square will remain same. Differentiate it with respect to RL, it will be VTH square minus VTH square RL into differentiation of this denominator with respect to RL. So it will be 2 into RL plus RTH is equal to 0. So this VTH square will be cancelled out. We will expand this whole square, so it will be RTH square plus RL square plus XTH square plus XL square plus 2 RTH RL plus 2 XTH XL. Sorry, we can cancel out this term here. Okay, it will be equal to, this is 2 RL square plus 2 RL RTH. Okay, so see here, this 2 RL RTH and this 2 RL RTH will be cancelled out. So this will be XTH square plus XL square plus 2 XTH plus XL. We can write it same as XTH square plus XL square. This is no need to expand it. XTH plus XL का whole square. So this has engaged these two terms, RL square minus, sorry, 2 RL square minus RL square. This is RL square and plus this is RTH square is equal to, this is RL square. So from here we can calculate RL is equal to under root of RTH square plus XTH plus XL का whole square. So this is the condition for load resistance. This is the condition for load resistance. RL is equal to under root RTH square plus XTH plus XL का whole square. This is the condition when the load resistance is varying and load reactance is keeping constant. Now the same amount of power will be maximum. P max will be equal to VTH square upon 4RL. So these are the two cases that we have to keep in mind. Okay. So the case first and case second, and first is the general case. So dear student, it is all about the maximum power transfer theorem. We will discuss the applications of maximum power transfer. You know, maximum power transfer is generally used for impedance matching. We will discuss how efficiency we get when the maximum power is transferred. Generally, we don't apply the maximum power transfer theorem because it has only 50% efficiency. So in the next lecture we will discuss some applications, efficiency of the maximum power transfer theorem, as well as some important questions or problem based on maximum power transfer theorem. So thank you guys.